I'm here to heat it up, cause my name is Blazin' Hazin'. My lyrics will erupt, and my beat will leave you phasing. I'm not from the ghetto, and I don't come from Bel Air. I'm just an average homeboy with some words to share. Now this song is really bursting on fire. I'm gonna crank it up, even one notch higher. So stay back over there, behind that mark. Cause if you don't, you might get hit by a spark. The steam that I create will break you out in rashes, or these rhymes may turn you into ashes. There's no defense for this blazing heat. It could make you melt right there in your seat.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Metal Biker Dude. Hope you guys like that. I sure didn't. Anyway, it's Twitter Tuesday, and as you can see here, we have, it was the artist was Immortal Technique, and the song choices were The Fourth Branch, Civil War, The Martyr, and Point of No Return. And obviously, Point of No Return won that overwhelmingly. I got to talk to you guys about something real quick here about Twitter Tuesday. If there's not going to be a whole lot of interest in it, I'm not going to continue doing it. I may just move it over to the Patreon page only then. It's just, not worth it. If I'm just doing it for half a dozen people or something. So anyway, but we're going to get into this right now. Immortal Technique, The Point of No Return. And this is with lyrics. It was sent to me by a patron. So.
Yeah. It's that real this time around. Immortal Technique. Revolutionary Volume 2. It's on now, motherfucker. Lock and load. This is the point of no return. I can never go back. Life without parole, upstate, shackled and trapped. Living in the hole, looking at the world through a crack. But fuck that, I'd rather shoot it out and get clapped. I've gone too far, there ain't no coming back for me. Auschwitz gas chamber full of Zyklon B. Just like the Spanish exterminating Tainos, raping the black and Indian women, creating Latinos. Motherfuckers made me out of self-righteous hatred, and now you got yourself a virus stuck in the matrix, a suicide bomber strapped and ready to blow. Lethal injection, strapped down, ready to go. Don't you understand? They'll never let me live out in peace. Concrete jungle, guerrilla war out in the streets. Nat Turner with the sickle, pitchfork and machete. The end of the world, motherfucker, you not ready. This is the point of no return, and nobody can stop it. Malcolm Little when he knelt before Elijah Muhammad, the comet that killed the dinosaurs, changing the earth. They love to criticize, they always say I changed for the worse. Like prescription pills when you misusing them, nigga. The Templar Knights when they took Jerusalem, nigga, and figured out what was buried under Solomon's temple, Al-Aqsa. The name is not coincidental. I know too much, the government is trying to murder me. No coming back like cutting your wrists open vertically. How could the serpent be purposely put in charge of the country? Genetic engineered sickness spread amongst me.
Okay, I'm gonna back that up a little bit. Okay, so this is very heavy duty, lyrically. And I agree with every word he says here. This, I don't talk politics on this channel, and for good reason, because it's just too divisive. And unfortunately, we're not at a point in time in our history where we can have a civil conversation with each other. And everybody just gravitates to their corner and won't budge. And that's why nothing's getting accomplished. But although I don't talk politics, it's not a big secret. I've mentioned this a couple of other times. and I know there's some diehards on the channel that are aware of this, but I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. I'm a full-fledged libertarian, and I don't like getting caught up in a lot of politics themselves, because government wasn't originally supposed to be about politicking. It was supposed to be a branch or branches for the American people. And those branches just kept growing and growing until it strangulates us, which it's doing. Well, job well done. I don't buy into anything that any 6 o'clock news, whether it's Fox, MSNBC, CNN, the networks, I don't buy anything they say, because we're never getting the truth. We're getting a narrative. And narrative has become larger than truth. And everybody's got an angle. And the reason I'm bringing all this up is because you might read these lyrics and go, oh my God, this guy's out of his mind. He's not out of his mind. This is very well thought out, very factual. Everything that he's talking about, I'm well aware of. And it's called reading on your own instead of getting spoon-fed at 6 o'clock every night. You got to pick up a book, and you'll see that everything he's talking about here is very, very factual.
Genetic engineered sickness spread amongst me. My people are so hungry that they attack without reason, like a fucking dog ripping off the hand that feeds them. Immortal technique is treason to the Patriot Act. So come and get me, motherfucker, cause I'm not coming back. This is the point from which I can never return, and if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat, cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed. From now on, it can never be the same as before, cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore. This is the point of no return, nigga. You better believe this. Mary Magdalene giving birth to the...
Hang on a second. Let's back that up here a little bit. From now on, it can never be the same as before, because the place I'm from doesn't exist anymore. Let that sink in a second. That's deep, man. That's heavy duty. I'm going to repeat it. From now on, it can never be the same as before, because the place I'm from doesn't exist anymore. This is a black man.
As before, cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore. This is the point of no return, nigga. You better believe this. Mary Magdalene giving birth to the children of Jesus. The evolution of the world, bloody and dramatic. Human beings killing monkeys to conquer the planet. The kingdoms of Africa and Mesopotamia. Machine gun your body with depleted uranium. This is the age of microchips and titanium. The dark side of the moon, in contact with aliens. I started out like Australians, criminal minded, broke into hell, tore it down and built the city behind it.
Okay, I know I'm stopping this a lot, but I want to point something out to you. When he's talking about the dark side of the moon and contact with aliens, if you're not aware of this, there's a theory. And it's a theory for very good reason. Now follow me here. Our moon is the only moon in our solar system, as well as any other solar systems that we can verify. Our moon is the only moon that revolves at the exact same, down to the millisecond, as the Earth. That's why there is a dark side of the moon. We always see the exact same face of the moon. Now, I'm not going to go too deep down the rabbit hole here, but just so some of you are aware that may not know this, during an Apollo mission, they crash landed a satellite. Excuse me. And when they crash landed this satellite, the moon, quote unquote, rang like a bell. Okay. And there were seismographs on there, and they registered a great wavelength that lasted 3.5 hours. And that means that there was something reverberating when that simple little satellite crashed into it. Now, I'm just speaking the truth. This is a fact. Anybody can look this up. It's very easy to look up. Now, there are people out there that try their best to talk this away and wordsmith you, but the fact of the matter is these are NASA's words. Okay, these are astronauts' words, that the moon rang like a bell. Nobody else made that up, which would lend you to believe that the moon is hollow. And not only is it hollow, for it to ring on the seismograph for 3.5 hours, you got to think that it's made of something other than moon dust. And not to mention that when you look at the craters on the moon, they always have a bottom, and they're always flat. Now, if you have a metal ball, hollow, and it's gigantic, and pieces of asteroid and comets run into it, and you cover that ball in dust, that's exactly what would happen. I'm not telling you that the moon is made of metal and that it's synthetic. I'm just telling you the facts. Believe what you want.
Attacked by aliens, I started out like Australians. Criminal-minded, broke into hell, tore it down and built a city behind it. Southpaw, murderous methodology, nigga. Remember that I'm just a man, don't follow me, nigga. Cause once you pass the point, you can never go home. You gotta face the possibility of dying alone. So tell me, motherfucker, how could you die for the throne when you don't even got the fucking heart to die for your own? It rains acid, one day the earth will cry from a stone, and you'll be looking at the world living inside of a dome. Computerized humanity living inside of a clone. This is the place where the unknown is living and real. Wormwood, the planet X, and the seventh seal. Universal truth is not measured in mass appeal. This is the last time that I kneel and pray to the sky, cause almost everything that I was ever told was a lie. This is the point from which I can never return, and if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat, cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed. From now on, it can never be the same as before, cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore.
Well, that was interesting. And I got to tell you, that may be my new theme song. And I'm dead serious. Man. He's spitting a lot of truth there. I've done a lot of reading, man. And, I don't read whack jobs. I'm more into fact-based nonfiction. And everything that he just spoke was nonfiction. And very well thought out, very well researched, and very well put together. And a very cool song at that. Ding Ding. Needless to say, I'm not going to get into the whole God thing with you guys. I started another channel. It's called Gods and Gods. And I talk about some of that stuff over there. And I haven't done a video in a long time. And the reason being is because I don't, there's a few reasons why, but there's a lot of truth in what he was spitting out, man. Metal Biker 2, peace.